Well, I do believe that's sunshine, something we haven't seen a lot of in the last several days, and it's literally the calm before the storm as we have not one but two waves of wintry weather heading our way for the weekend ahead. And we're going to get right to the forecast as we work our way through the weekend. First and foremost, round one, and that's what we're going to focus on right now. We'll begin on Friday midday out in the west. So if you're in Jamestown and in southeast North Dakota, you could already have some accumulations likely on the ground as you're getting ready for your Friday night commute home. Now, as we get into the later evening hours, the snow potential moves into the southern valley and western Minnesota. As we go through the overnight, many of us will see at least some accumulation of snow, with the heaviest band really from Minot through Bismarck and in through the Sisseton Hills area. And snowfall potential is looking like a little bit of shovel trouble for many. So from Minot, where you see the darker blues, through the James and Cheyenne River valleys into the southern valley, solid 5 to 9 inches for many of us of that wet, heavy, sticky snow will be making its way through. And localized places in this area could see 10 inches to a foot of snow. Now we'll see amounts drop off a little bit as we go to the north and east. Notice Fargo, Grand Forks pretty much right on the line with this particular model run. Things are still developing as this system is still on the west coast, so a lot can change with lighter amounts expected across western Minnesota from round one. Now, first and foremost, we do have Weather Kid Night, and our friends at the Luther Family Ford have drawn the name of Levi Carvin. And Levi joins us from the Devils Lake area. What grade are you in, young man?
Sixth.
Sixth grade. And how old are you?
13.
13. Do you have favorite subjects at school?
After school.
After school? I guess that's fair enough. All right. And anybody you want to say hi to real quick?
My classmates, some of my teachers.
Okay, good. Well, give them a big wave out there, and why don't you step over in front of me, and I want you to point out to everybody with round one, Friday through Saturday, where the heaviest of the winter weather looks like it'll be on this map.
This red
good.
Winter storm warning coming in through most of the valley here.
Good, very good. So from Devils Lake through Fargo, Moorhead. Now, is Detroit Lakes in the warning?
No.
No, the blue means you're in a winter weather advisory where we're expecting less snow impact from the storm, very little up in northwest Minnesota. So round one is right here, and that's where the biggest impacts will be. Then there's round two, Sunday and Monday, and that's over here. Some areas will be hit by both, so we can have some lofty snow totals. More on that in a second. Right now, though, how's it look outside on the sky cam?
There's 39 degrees outside, 32, feels like 32.
Good.
The wind is coming from northeast at 10 miles an hour.
Right, and Moorhead has 41 gorgeous degrees. Point out around the region what kind of temperatures we're seeing across eastern North Dakota.
Warmest here seems to be Aberdeen at 47.
Good.
Up here, there's a little cooler at 36 and 34 around this area.
Good, very good. Now, as we sneak over into Minnesota, why don't you tell everybody in your hometown what the temperature is in Detroit Lakes?
39 degrees outside.
Very good. And how about Fergus Falls?
43.
Yeah, nice and warm there, and it's even 40 up to the north in Badette right now. Now, this is white stuff on the satellite. Do you remember what this shows people?
Clouds.
Clouds. So some areas seeing a little bit of spotty sunshine, but we still have a fair amount of clouds in our neck of the woods. That's not what we're watching now, though. As we take a look out to the west coast, I mentioned the storm system well off to the west still. Center of low pressure here and another wave here will be making its way over the Rockies. So still some things could change with our forecast, but here is your hour-by-hour forecast for tonight. We have some clouds, but by 10 o'clock, why don't you point out just a couple of the things that you see? Who's cloudy and who's not?
Fargo is just at the very, very edge of this.
It is.
31 in Jamestown and thick clouds over there.
Right. Now, if you back way up, how about Minnesota? What does it look like there?
And Detroit Lakes, it looks like it's going to be partly cloudy, and Fergus Falls doesn't look to be that cloudy.
Good, and 35 degrees, so still mild tonight. Now, as we go through the overnight, we'll see some patchy fog, but look what's moving in way out to the west near Bismarck. The snow begins first thing in the morning for the far west. And as we go through midday here, why don't you tell folks what they can expect at lunchtime as far as where the snow will be?
Lunchtime's not going to be in the Fargo-Moorhead area yet.
Good.
More down in Sisseton, Jamestown. Jamestown's going to get hit by quite a bit of it already.
Right, the dark blue means the heavier bands of snow. What's that green stuff at the bottom?
Rain.
Yeah, so there could even be some areas getting some rain mixing in first, which would impact snowfall amounts. Now, as we go toward the evening drive, what's changed?
Much dark snow, slush mix over here.
Good.
Detroit Lakes is at the very, super close to it.
Right. Southern Valley starting to see snow into the Devil's Lake Basin, and this is where we'll see the heaviest totals. There'll be some wind with the system, but most of that will be strongest down here near Ellendale to Jamestown. Round 1, as we discussed earlier, 5 to 9 inches with isolated upwards of a foot on a line from Jamestown, Valley City through Sisseton. Lesser amounts elsewhere. Then Sunday's round moves through into Monday, particularly looks pretty bad throughout the day with periods of rain and snow. Why don't you tell folks 2 storm totals now, what they can expect for Fargo, Jamestown?
5 to 10 inches here.
Good. Isolated places picking up 13. And, Detroit Lakes picks up a fair amount on Monday's system, not as much on the first round. Likewise for Bemidji and northern Minnesota, that second round will bring your best chance. Great Tiffany Qualley shot here from Comstock of a winter sunrise. Why don't you go quickly over the Saturday planner?
Saturday seems to be 50% chance of snow, breezy, and 35 degrees outside.
Very good. Now, Sunday, we get a little bit of a break for the first half of the day, but into Monday, we're going to see another round of snow, right, with temperatures in the 30s out there. When does it look like it quiets down a little bit?
Tuesday is when most of the clouds come out, and on Monday, late afternoon.
Good. All right. Levi, awesome job. Why don't you sneak on over here with me? And I'll tell you what, you did a pretty fair job. Now, are you the big shoveler in the family? Who does those chores?
Usually my mom.
Yeah, Mom does the shoveling. All right, very good. Well, there might be a little bit of shoveling, so you might get some bonus points if you grab that shovel and help out a little bit as we go through Monday. Sound good?
Yep.
Nice job, young man.
Yeah, you did awesome. Good work. Found it. Nice. All right, coming up tonight at 6.